All right, guys, first of all, I want to start this video by mentioning a very good subscriber that saw me out at a restaurant in public near where I live. The restaurant was called El Campesinos. I get chicken fajitas there, which everybody that knows me knows that's what I love. Chicken fajitas dinner. Anyway, I just want to apologize to you, sir. This was a very nice guy, and but it kind of catches me off guard still to this day. When I have people that come up and tell me that they know who I am and they watch my videos, I really, really love that. I don't want anybody to stop doing that. But I still have never gotten over that feeling of being caught off guard. So let me kind of explain it to you like this, because this is kind of a weird thing. This is a weird thing here. So it's like if you watch my videos and you've watched me for years, there's people out there that actually know details about my life. They almost feel like they know me personally, but yet I've never seen them. Don't know even what they look like. Maybe they comment on my videos, maybe they don't. So they know details about my personal life. This guy probably knew where I was carrying my gun. You know, they know so many things about me. So in public, when somebody comes up to me, it's like they know me already, like they're talking to a friend. And I feel that vibe, like when they come to me. Like he was like, oh, hey, Paul, you know, I watch all your videos. He was very calm, cool, and collected because he knew exactly who I was. He knew my personality. He knew, you know, he just knew things about me from watching my videos. But yet I don't know him. So it always takes me a minute to process this when somebody comes up to me. So what I wanted to tell you is, sir, is that I apologize if I didn't seem very talkative. Because when I left, I thought, you know what, I wish I would have talked to you a little bit more about what we were talking about the channel, about what you mentioned about the channel. I wish I would have talked to you a little bit more. And then actually I wish that when you was getting ready to leave there, when you seen me, I would have actually taken you and your wife's check and just paid your bill. And I didn't think of that until after the fact because just because in the moment I didn't really even cross my mind. But I'm really glad that you came up. It really encouraged me when you told me that you like all of my videos and that you watch my videos and different things. And I just wanted to let you know that everybody, that please, you know, when you do see me in public, you know, by all means, come up and say hi. But don't be surprised if I'm different than what I'm like on camera. Because what you're going to see in public is you're going to see I'll probably be a lot more reserved. I mean, I'm a big mouth on here. And a lot of times when I show things or I'm doing videos, I'm real excitable and I sound real pumped up. But when you see me in public, it'll probably be a thing of just me, of like me just standing off to the side, and you'll come up and you'll say hi, and I'll say hi back, and I'll probably I'll turn into the shy guy, where I'm kind of like putting my head down like this, you know, body language stuff, you know, what I talk about. So when you come up and meet me, don't be surprised if I'm kind of putting my head down and rubbing the back of my neck, because believe it or not, heading toward 30 million views on here. And even though I can get up in front of the world or whoever watches this and do a video like this, when somebody meets me in person, I still get that inkling to just kind of tuck my head down and be a little bit shy, a little bit embarrassed. So just want to say that that I apologize to you if it didn't seem like I was very friendly. Because I promise you, it really encouraged me that night when I left, what you told me. So that's why I do these videos, is for people like you. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about was gun purchases. We're talking about new gun purchases, and we're talking about in what I would call a free state or a more free state. Now, when you go into a gun store to purchase a firearm, a lot of people have asked me in the past, can you buy a firearm for someone else? Yeah. That's going to shock a lot of you people that I just said that before I explain. So if you tell me, can I go to Fin Feather and Fur, can I go in there and purchase a gun brand new, fill out the form 4473 for the ATF, and take that gun out of the store and go give it away? Yes, I can do that. You can do that. So let me explain a couple of things though. And these couple of things are critical and they're key. So let me explain what you can't do. You can't act as an agent for someone else. My brother, my dad, my friend, a coworker. Somebody cannot come and give me money and say, hey, will you go to Fin, Feather, and Fur and purchase me a Glock 19? Even if they're not a felon, even if they have no restrictions on that firearm, you cannot act as an agent on behalf of someone else and do that. Another thing you got to watch too is law enforcement stuff. Like I get law enforcement Glocks, okay? So I don't go taking people's money and go in and purchase law enforcement Glocks. That came down on somebody in another state dealing with a Smith & Wesson Shield and his father. So you got to be very careful. Now, if I bought a law enforcement Glock with the discount that I get, and then a month later, a year later, whatever, maybe even a week later, if I decided, hey, I want to trade that, this guy's got something, this guy's offering me an $800 gun for this Glock 19, yeah, I can trade that, I can sell that. But if I walk into that store with the intention of doing that for that purpose, that can get you into some hot water. Now, and if you were ever to purchase a gun for somebody that's restricted, has a firearm disability or a felony, let me explain those two different things for you and break it down. A felony means you can't buy a firearm, period. You're totally restricted from buying a firearm. Having a firearm under disability means that you are not a felon, but you're disabled from owning a firearm because you have a domestic violence on your record or another incident that didn't rise to a felony. So that's what a firearm disability means. It didn't have the level to rise to a felony, but it still restricts you from the ownership of a firearm. A felony automatically deletes you from owning a firearm. So if you was to go in and purchase a firearm for somebody that had a felony or a firearm disability, you would be doing some serious time in jail, as would that other person as well. Now, if I want to buy my uncle or my dad a firearm, I can go into Fin, Feather, and Fur, I can fill out the paperwork, pay of my own free will, leave that store, and give that gun as a gift. Now, I'll tell you something else kind of funny that some of you will find interesting, and this has happened to me before. I've actually bought a gun and traded it the same day I bought it. I had no intention that I was going to do that, had no idea I was going to do that with the gun. I was trying to remember earlier what gun it was, and I can't think of it because it's been some years ago. But I went into a gun store. I purchased a new firearm. I think it was a standard. I don't know what it was, but it was nothing fancy. It wasn't like a Desert Eagle or anything. And I was really into it this time, getting on all these forums for firearms and for sale sites. And I saw somebody that had something for trade. And it just happened to be that he was looking for what I had. He had a higher end gun, and he wanted the gun I had. And I think I had to add some cash to it. So but we didn't do the deal until the next day. So on the same day I bought a gun, I made a deal to get rid of it without knowing that I was going to do that. And then the next day, made the deal and traded that gun with a little bit of cash for something that was worth more value. So just wanted to clear those two things up, guys, give you a little bit of info, because I know some people are very confused when they hear the term firearm disability versus a convicted felon. That's the difference. So if you have a firearm disability, you can still vote. You still have your other rights intact. It's just you're disabled from owning a firearm. And if you would own a firearm under a firearm disability, you would still get a charge, but it would be a lesser charge than if you were a full-out felon and you owned a firearm. But if you're under a firearm disability, don't take that as me saying for you to go get one, because you still get a charge. So hope that makes sense, guys, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. DOFNIM.